It gets up. Have you seen it also YouTube?
I have not.
You ought to check it out. It's actually really good. You can hear something. See everything. See you right now. You got the back of you right now.
Okay.
But they can hear something.
And not necessarily those of this station. It's management, folks, or advertising. So it's strategy. Any lifestyle, belief, religion.
Something happened with the controls last week. I was like, every time I come in here, it's like 3 sites open.
Listen, you know you're not touching those things.
All I'm doing is turning this shit down, play, record, and then I reverse it.
That's it.
That's it. When I break, play Nipsey Hussle.
Okay. I wouldn't mind hearing that because I know I haven't heard none of this stuff.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the lounge on WMSKOnlineRadio.com, home for the show Underwood Morning Show. I'm your host RL, and I'm here again with my main man,
Blackjack.
Blackjack in the house. I saw like 2 weeks ago, you had a fan. They don't want to call you Blackjack. I saw that. Why she said, don't let them call you Blackjack, or why they call you Blackjack. I'm not sure if you've seen that comment.
I don't think I saw it.
Yeah, they don't want to call you Blackjack.
I'm gonna keep Blackjack.
As long as you want to keep it, I'm good with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep Blackjack.
I like Blackjack.
That's how the early, I guess the youngins at my profession, that's how they refer to me, Blackjack. You know, it was good for some people. Then it was like they go, he's black. So I'm cool with Blackjack.
So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking. We're gonna have 2 topics. We're gonna be talking about sexual harassment.
Okay.
On the job, outside the job, banquets, funerals. It's happening everywhere.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And the other half, we're going to talk about our incarceration issue when it comes to the youth in society. Before we do that, I definitely want to give a few minutes to one of the late greats, Mr. Nipsey Hussle. Now, I'm not fake. I'm not phony. I didn't listen to Nipsey Hussle.
Okay, same here.
I did. But it's just weird. The last, I'm going to say almost year, I was able to catch interviews of him.
Okay.
And the work that he was talking about doing and has been doing, and how he owns his master, like he wasn't under a label.
Okay. Right. Correct. I found that out.
And he stayed home and was giving back to his community. Took a shot like a shopping center.
Brought the shopping center.
He started off. He was renting all the spots, and eventually he bought all the spots and employed people from his neighborhood,
African American,
who couldn't get jobs because of their track record. This past Sunday, he was murdered in front of one of his stores.
Yeah.
After signing an autograph and taking a picture with fans. I was at the cigar lounge, and I saw it just pop up on social media. And even though I didn't listen to his music, it hurt. It hurt. It didn't hurt me the way it hurt with Tupac, but it hurt because
I agree the same way.
I understand. I was appreciating what he was doing, and of course he's somebody's child, and he's a father,
right?
And he was engaged to Miss Laura London. And I'll say it again, and everybody that I talk to and we get into debates, they some reason they always want to bring up another race, another culture. They want to bring up slavery and all of that. It's 2019.
Right.
You know, the first thing that happened, what was it? Conspiracy.
That was fueling the murder, but lo and behold, you have internet gurus that were circling the cameras at his establishment. So you know it was going to come out, and then sure enough, you saw a footage of the vehicle leaving the scene. So It was inevitable that this guy, this hater, was going to be caught. And it's sad that, like we both agreed to, we didn't follow his music.
No.
But he was about gang life. Let's be clear.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
That's strongly.
But at some point, that light bulb went off. He got an epiphany that he can do better with the skills that he had. And he was trying to he already turned his life around for positivity and understood that in order for the black culture to grow, we got to own our own community. Point blank.
And this is the sad part, though. This is the sad part. He became famous because he was killed, because he was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
And Biggie said that over 20 years ago, you're nobody till somebody kills you.
How about that?
And it's sad. It's sad. I noticed there's a lot of people who jumped on social media, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All Nipsey, not Nipsey. And I know half of them didn't even listen to his music.
How about that?
Only started reading bits and pieces to after he was murdered, like, oh my God, he was doing this, oh my God.
Right.
The faking phone. The faking phone.
Mm-hmm.
The brother was doing so much over the course of his life.
Right.
You know, he was in trouble up until, I'm going to say, not up until 18. I'm saying he had some issues after 18, but he started to pull himself out. Like you said, that light bulb went off.
Yeah.
And I gotta do better for myself. I gotta do better for my family. I gotta do better for my community. Because at the end of the day, he was part of the issue in his community.
How about that? There it is.
He was part of the issue in his community.
Absolutely.
I feel for him and his family because we all deserve a second chance, and he got his second chance. At the same time, but so far you can run from your sins.
That's true.
But so far you can run from your sins. Another thing that disturbed me, and it's just like anything else. Come to find out, the dude that killed him was Shitty Cuz, a hell of a name. His name is
Shitty Cuz.
They got a picture together. Ain't that something? He's somebody that he knew.
But that is the true definition of a hater.
Yeah.
You envied him and had the audacity to take this man's life because you couldn't beat him. That's the true definition of a hater.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I was listening to DL Hughley yesterday.
Right.
I love DL. I listen to DL every day.
Okay.
I love DL. And he said something that I've been saying for years. I've always said this. When you make it, and he wasn't talking about, being a comedian, a music artist, actor, actress, but when you make it out the hood, when you become something, you visit the hood. But you should never live in the hood you grew up in.
Okay.
Just for that reason. He was talking about the dude that killed him was someone he knew. Someone that he had conversations with, someone that he took pictures with.
Right.
Okay? See, because you have people, haters, they're jealous of you.
Jealous of you.
Jealous of you. For whatever reasons. Because everybody come out the womb with the same opportunity. Now, you may live in White Marsh, you may live in Rosedale, you may live North Avenue, Pennsylvania, whatever. But we all have decisions.
Mm-hmm.
From little kids on up to adults, you all have decisions to make.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you have those who they don't have the heart and the courage to make strong decisions because it's going to take. It takes work to be successful.
Exactly.
It takes work. This isn't something that happens overnight. Someone can't help you with being successful. That's why I applaud so many young men and women who come up in the hood and the circumstances are dire. They live in a house with 20 people.
Mm-hmm.
No one has a job. And that young person, well, what are you going to go to high school? I'm going in the military. I'm going in the military. And it's like people, why you want to go in a white man's army or whatever? Who cares?
Right.
You living in that white man house because the white man owned that house in that block. And you talk about you living off government assistance.
Exactly.
So I applaud those that they don't mind the hard work that comes with success. You don't have to be a millionaire to be successful. If you're making $30,000, $35,000 a year, you are successful.
Yeah.
You are successful.
Remember when 35,000, you was middle class?
You was middle class at 30.
What?
Yeah.
You made it?
You made it. I remember 80s, late 80s, early 90s. They're like, man, if you make 30,000 a year, you were good.
Yeah.
People at McDonald's are making 30,000 a year. So,
Who you telling?
so I just wanted to speak the young king's name out. 33 years old. He was a father, and it hurts because what he was doing at 33, I would have loved to see him at 45.
Ooh.
You know.
Yes.
And one thing about our community, we need to stop waiting until someone is gone, someone is killed, someone is no longer
Exactly.
physically with us before we start praising them. Mm-hmm. We need to stop that. It has to stop. It has to. And we can start right now. I'm going to give a shout out to Akon for all that he's been doing in his country.
Yes.
With the solar energy.
He has done a lot.
He's done a lot. And the thing is, you should give up props to people of color. Look at Manny Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Gave back to the Philippines 10 times over.
Gave back and then went ahead and became part of the government to better help his people. We need to praise these people. We need to appreciate them now. We need to uplift them now. We shouldn't wait till they're no longer present with us.
Right. Can I shout out Jay-Z?
Absolutely. You want to say what I think you want to say?
Listen.
That was amazing.
That man has done a lot. And you know what? He's moving in a philanthropist mode. You understand? He has everything that he could have. He's owner of more than 4 or 5 companies or part of. You understand? That are either billionaire companies or millionaire companies. He's part of it. So he has come to a point where he realized my children are good. My grandkids will be good. I can help people while I'm here.
And that's what he's been doing.
And that's what he's been doing. Even though he don't get a lot of praise for it, that man put $15 million in the trust fund for Nipsey Hussle's children.
Ain't that something?
That is something. Now, I had one of my family members say, I mean, why is he doing it? He treat this man like he's God. And I was like, yo, it's not about that. I said, for one, how you going to judge what one man does with his money? If he felt compelled to say, here's 15 million, which will probably be about 45 million when them children become of age, guess what? If the people that control Nipsey Hussle estate fuck up that money, excuse my language, until his children get older, guess what? They got money in the trust fund that Jay-Z put to the side for to make sure that you won't be a statistic. You can go to any college you want. Here's some money to get you started if you want to be an entrepreneur. That's what it's about. That man gives back. I ain't taking nothing from him.
And he and his wife have been an intricate part in black communities throughout the United States.
Yes.
He did that. They also paid all of Meek Mill's
lawyer fees.
And didn't want
him to pay it back.
And didn't want people to know that he did it.
Like,
and Meek put
it's
it out
good. He did. He put it in his song.
Don't forget, years ago, the riots here.
They came to Baltimore.
They came and they gave money.
Not only did they give money, they bailed out people that got locked up for fighting against the cause.
Yeah.
They bailed them out like, nah, we got it. Get them out.
So we have people that are helping their people.
Right.
We have to acknowledge them. Jay-Z is more than a rapper. Jay-Z is what I think we would have got if Pac would have lived. And I'm blessed. I feel like I'm really blessed to see all that Jay-Z and his wife have been doing and still doing. Mm-hmm. Even though it's behind the shadows and we don't always hear about it, that's our fault because we don't find that stuff interesting. We rather click on to social media, see 2 chicks fighting at a gas station, wigs flying off, dudes recording, just watching. We'd rather watch someone being chased down the street by a pit bull, getting bit, and have people recording.
Right. Instead of helping the person. You record, man, go grab a stick and kill his pit bull.
I mean, that's
It baffles me. Like you recording and you see the lady arm getting ripped off. What are we doing?
That's just what that's unfortunate. It's where we at. It's where we at in society. In the world, in the United States. And I just wanted to take that time out to let the young king out. He's no longer with us. He was 33 years old. Man, I would have loved to have seen him at 45 or 50. And this should wake up a lot of other entertainers in that industry. Diddy, I know back in the day he had Daddy's House. I'm not too sure where he is, but Daddy was doing a lot of work in the community.
Right.
If he's doing work, I haven't heard about it, but that's nothing new. If it's good stuff, they're not going to talk about it. But I do know Cash Money at one point in time, they bought, the Noya, whatever it's called. They bought their projects.
Oh, Denolia?
Yeah, they bought it. Him and Birdman, all they bought.
Okay.
And Pete did the same. So we do have a lot of positive brothers out here who made it out and they're giving back to the community. But unfortunately, once again, you have a hater who took this young man's life, 33 years of age, rest in peace. Nipsey Hussle. So, sexual harassment. Sexual harassment. Blackjack,
Yeah.
have you been sexually harassed in your life?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you see how you said it though? You see how you said it?
I had to pause.
You had to pause and thinking about it. Women, you've been sexually harassed all the time. Women answer that question really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Really fast. And I would have paused just like that. When you were sexually harassed, how much did it disturb you in your life?
I don't think it ever disturbed me. That's the difference with men. Men are sexually harassed every day.
Every day. Probably more than women.
But we take it as a term of endearment that, hey, I'm attracted to somebody. You understand? Whereas women get it all the time. But if you was fugly looking and you ain't getting it, then what's the course of action? You feel some type of way because people not hitting on you, or you feel like you what's that term? Vicarious liability. Oh, I heard him saying something to her. Girl, shut your ugly ass up. I ain't talking to you.
Quick quote pro. Third party perception.
Third party
Perception, which I think is just so stupid. I've actually seen a married couple. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They work on different shifts.
Okay.
I seen a married couple. She was getting off of work. He was coming on. He was in front of the office door, and they gave a hug and a kiss, and he smacked his wife on the ass.
Okay.
And he went in, and she went home. Guess what? Guess who was in the office the next day for sexual harassment?
His dumb ass.
He was, because a woman saw him do it and thought there was inappropriate behavior in the workplace. Didn't realize it was his wife. But she was so concerned that he might smack her on her ass that she reported it. And of course, they pulled her in and they talked to him, and they didn't tell him who did it. But he didn't work out that things. But so he didn't get in trouble. Okay. But they still had to contact human resources.
Yeah.
Let them know, and they had to speak, and the wife and all that other crazy stuff. And they had to speak to the woman who reported it. Sexual harassment, in my opinion, is gone way. This is way too. It's gone way too far.
You think it's gone way too far?
I think it's gone way too far, because I see that they're having a hard time distinguishing the course between sexual harassment and rape.
Okay.
You take a look at a lot of the stuff that's been going on the last 10 years. Sexual harassment is sexual harassment. That's what it is. Somebody's harassing you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Rape is when somebody is physically doing something to you against your will.
Physically taking them goodies.
Yes.
Okay.
with sexual harassment, I'm having sexual harassment. Like you said, for us, turn into we welcome.
For example.
I look forward to being sexually harassed, especially by one of these pretty things out here. You know, and you can say, look, baby, hey, don't keep pinching on. Hey, look, you keep on walking up on me. Hey, don't keep putting your chest on my back now, leaning over me, trying to see which one of the
You understand? Right.
Don't keep playing.
The whole time you want that warm nipple, like, girl, get off me. I say, get off me.
Yeah, you know.
But you ain't pushing her away.
You ain't pushing.
You ain't doing no pushing.
No, and you know she probably smells good. She got on some of that Bath and Beyond.
Ooh,
You know,
smell like warm vanilla.
yep. What's that Japanese?
Ooh, cherry blossom.
Cherry blossom.
Woo!
Oh, I tell you, that cherry blossom makes me weak.
Oh.
But look, we got 20 seconds. We gotta pay some bills. When we get back, we're gonna pick up the sexual harassment, and I'm gonna talk about the cherry blossom. Especially a woman who can carry that scent.
Did you hear me say the warm vanilla? You come over me smell like a motherfucker Cinnabon. It's over.
Hey, look, it's the lounge. We'll be back. That cherry blossom, dangerous.
Yo, how do I do a watch party? I don't know how I did it last time.
What you got? iPhone?
Android.
You got Android?
I did the watch party last time where people was joining in.
How
How did I do that? On damn Facebook, 8 years, don't even know how to create a watch party. The watch party creates more buzz for people. Like, I sent out a watch party. People like, what's he?
what's this? Shit, you better show me some new shit.
Yeah, that's what I did last time. That's why all those people was like tagging in.
Yeah, I saw that.
Comments. Yeah. Hey.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
All right, that's what's up.
Okay.
This is Nipsey Hussle, where I'm gonna turn it up for it. I ain't gonna heard this shit myself. Hey, we're playing a little Nipsey Hussle. Doing the breaks.
I got a shoulder back. That's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers and throw away. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me. They think I know the way. Stop to control of things. Pulling the soul away. Take if you burn my dream. I'm making my bullshit. Crossing that soldier race. Tell all the days. Take you in back of the village. Take you exposure range. Take you across the track. Take you explore the face. Now you official now. But you got something to say. I just been thinking that you. I'm about to drop in a few. Take if I wanted to grade. The people gon' call it the truth. Taking the trick on the credit. I just paid all my dues. I just respected your game. Got my name all in the news. Triple on all of my rules. Homie on this got a lot more to do. Remember I came in this fresh out the county. Nothing on this. But I don't do it for nothing. No,
Stand up there.
but my money
Stand up there.
At least it's right there. You still get a haircut.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going to bald head again.
Yeah,
But my hair grows so fast.
as long as you got a hair, and see you good, right? Because your hairline ain't going back.
Oh no, it's back. Oh no, trust me,
It's not.
it's back.
My buddy, man, I don't know what he doing. Now his forehead, he got a nice size forehead.
Right.
But you see all his forehead, then you see more pencil, and he got it right here.
Oh, is that far back? You need to let her know. You're gone. It's like your head.
It's gone. Like a chin strap.
Oh yeah, sorry. That could be a topic. The man wig versus women in their wig. Yo, that's a topic.
Did you see that shit?
I'm impressed with it.
I told
You impressed with it.
Oh,
What? And you got the whole band too? And you gonna get a Rico? Yo, he should be like, bro, what is that?
I told her. I said, I'm gonna let my hair grow a little bit. Cause I still grow my hair. It's just not that. I'm gonna get some weave something.
You know, they just blew it in.
They just go in.
That's
I'm
it.
gonna get some.
It's good for 3 months.
Are you serious?
3 months.
So I'm gonna get something when I go on vacation. So when I go to Hawaii, I'm gonna have waves.
Nobody else know you be like,
Oh, them pictures gonna be. I'll be on Facebook like.
yeah, they be like,
Stop. No. We laughing and joking.
nigga, already, listen, I just told motherfuckers I love homeboy. I said, I don't care about none of y'all. I said, I love y'all, my head. I said, so if I get to a point where I'm gonna get a man weave, I said, trust me, I'm gonna get it. I said, because I like it.
At least I won't be by myself. Now they start talking them crazy prices.
It's like 3
For 3 months though, right?
Yeah. Worth it.
I'm back in 20 seconds, 13 minutes.
WMSK.
And welcome back to the lounge and WMSKOnlineRadio.com home of the Cheryl Underwood Morning Show. Before we went to break, we were talking about sexual harassment. Not just in the workplace, but in life, period. Before we went to break, we were talking about it for one. Look, check this out. I have been harassed by attractive people. I have been sexually harassed by unattractive people. I would feel a certain type of way if I was to say something to someone who I don't find attractive for sexually harassing me. Because I'm not going to say anything to Shorty to the right who had on that cherry blossom and she smelled good, she looked good, and she always come up and give me a hug, or she leaned her chest on my back like she's really trying to reach for that file on the top shelf. I would feel funny.
Mm-hmm.
I would feel funny because it's like, you know,
It's an ugly ass talk.
yeah.
That's it.
But if she know that, I ain't gonna say her name, Lala was just leaning her breast on my back, on my head, reaching for some paperwork that she saw Lala leave on the lunch table and really didn't even want it. She was, oh, it's okay for her to do it, but not me. See, that's the difference with men.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference with men. You know, because we're just those individuals, we take ones for the team anyway sometimes. Sexual harassment comes with the job when you're a man, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to be sexually harassed. You want to be attracted to all women. That's men.
That's man.
That's men.
You want to feel attractive. Want it.
You want to feel attracted. Women, now let me say this. There are some things that go way too far. Some guys go way too far. Okay? Donald Trump, way too far. Okay? Harvey Weinstein, extremely way too far.
Extremely.
Okay? What's the other dude's name? Woody Allen.
Oh my God. That we brushed that under the carpet years ago, but it has refested itself.
Yes. Woody Allen, way too far. Look, we saw that Terry Crews came out because he was upset because he got his crotch grabbed
By a dude. You should have killed him.
by a dude.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. There is no complaint. A dude grabbed my nuts, I'm whooping his ass.
That's it. That's where we at.
That is it. You're not part of the Me Too movement, Terry Crews.
None.
You're too big.
You're too big, and if you whip that guy's ass, right? Once the police came on the scene, which 90% of the time is going to be male officers, and he told them what happened, guess what they're going to say? Oh, you did right.
Oh yeah, you deserve that. You
He deserved that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
deserve what was coming.
We take it to court, and the judge is going to say, "Oh, you deserve that."
Oh yeah, you did what?
What?
You did what?
Mm-hmm.
But for him, and I don't know him personally, but for him, I think it was more so he was embarrassed and offended because a man grabbed his penis. Why would you grab my penis? Is there something about me? Do I do something to make you think I'm gay?
Mm.
And I think he was more offended because he may have thought the guy thought he was attracted to men.
Right.
But at the same time, even if you thought that, you need to keep it to yourself because now the whole world is looking at your big ass. Like all the muscles for nothing, no reason at all. Your wife should be concerned about you defending her honor if ever the time came about because all you want to do is talk about it. And this ain't the first time Terry Crews has went public and pretty much
Shit out there.
yeah, whine and complain and cry. So it is what it is. But keep this out. As far, and I want to read this definition of sexual harassment because whenever you bring this up to anybody, they're like they don't know what it is.
I know what you're verbatim, but go ahead.
Behavior characterized by the making of unwelcome and inappropriate sexual remarks or physical advances
Or unwanted.
in the workplace or other professional or social situations. Okay? 81% of women have experienced sexual harassment. 81%. I don't know if the other 19 should be mad or offended that no one had found them attractive enough to say anything close to being harassed. But that's a high number. But I don't think it's high enough. I would say almost 100% of women are sexually harassed. I can't imagine a woman not being gawked at, not having something said to them, because we said something coming up to every girl. Every girl. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably 100%.
Nah, it ain't that high.
You sure? 100, I know 100% is high, but just think about it.
Nope,
Think about it.
I can't. It's at 80%.
Think about it. You see you got a homeboy, right? We all have homeboys who date women that are unattractive. And it's a group of them that date unattractive women. Let's just say that 19% that makes up 100. Those are those unattractive women. You know your homeboy has said something, or my homeboy has said something uneasy to an unattractive woman in part of that 19%. They're women. They're women. I can't imagine just 81%, but that's the number, then I'm going to leave it at that. Men account for nearly 1 in 5 complaints in the workplace when it comes to sexual harassment. 1 in 5. I want to know who that one is. And every 5. There was a time when I ain't gonna lie, there was a time when I actually thought about filing a complaint in the jail. When I was working in jail.
You did.
I actually thought about the time.
Okay.
And I didn't. I wanted to because it was getting out of hand. It was getting out of hand. She worked overtime on day shift. That's when I was on 311.
Right.
And I was coming in. And you know, you come in, they have to pat you down. It's always a woman up front. And it just so happened she was there again. You know, she was there the last couple of days. She was working overtime. And she was rubbing on me. She was caressing me. And I'm like, okay, you're not patting me down. And she squeezed me. Woo! She squeezed me. And
What did she squeeze, huh?
she squeezed me in my back pockets.
Okay.
She squeezed my back pockets. You know, I hate to say this because I dare say, you know, if it's an attractive woman, I'm probably gonna be all over it.
Right.
She wasn't that cute, and I wasn't into her at all. But she kept doing it. Every time I came in, you smell good today. You supposed to pat me down. You try to see if I'm bringing in contraband, drugs, cell phones, stuff I ain't supposed to bring in.
Okay.
I was really close to doing it. The thing that kept me from doing it is how my peers.
Say it again.
How my male peers. I could care less about women.
I think a small percentage, like 10% of you was like, how would I be viewed?
Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, in a way, because I wouldn't want the women to think they couldn't approach me. So yeah, but I was really more so at the time. The fellas can't hear about this. They're gonna like, oh, you scared of, oh, you scared of little kitty cat. You know what I'm saying? And I was embarrassed. Now I made myself embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
So I left it alone, and it continued, and it continued, and it continued.
Okay.
So but it didn't like send me home distraught. I wasn't having nightmares. I didn't think about it. Once I passed the search part, that was it. But at the same time, I did feel violated.
Okay.
I did feel violated. I didn't want to kill myself.
Yeah, you didn't.
I didn't want to kill myself.
People be taking it. Well,
You gotta be
I
careful.
hate to say it. Let me take it so far. You having nightmares and whatever because you were sexually harassed.
Nightmares.
Now, you gave the definition of sexual harassment. We know what a definition of rape is without needing it. I can see the differences between nightmares and you feel uncomfortable around an individual because of the situation, right?
Right.
But you got all these people, all these women coming back 4 years, 6 years, I was sexually harassed.
I'm glad you said that.
Girl, if you don't go take a whole seat, you'd have married a whole other man. Did you let him know about the sexual harassment? Or you felt like it was a good time to get in the limelight and make yourself known? Let's put up one of our Democratic presidents to be that hasn't even started running, Joe Biden.
So you saw that?
Joe Biden.
Well,
He's a touchy-feely man. This man in his 70s. He's been this type of politician his whole career. So you gonna bring up something from 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
That he kissed you in the top of your head? Are you serious? You could have easily told him, sir, that's unwarranted. Do women not have the right to tell somebody right then and there that is unwarranted? You know I'm right.
They want it when they want it. It's just like with the what is it? The no means no unless no means yes.
Right.
The Joe Biden thing was crazy. Because I just knew she had some juicy guys. I just knew it was gonna be good.
Didn't have anything.
Didn't. But turn around, Bill Clinton was all up in her space. They got a picture of her and Bill Clinton together.
Well, we know Clinton history.
Yeah. So
okay.
she had no problem with that.
He hugs low.
She had no problem with
Yeah, he gonna hug low every time.
I got a good one for you. Miss McFadden said, so what about the women that sexually harass other women in the workplace?
Oh. Tara, thank you for that comment.
And she is.
Thank you for that comment. I would like to know because let's put it out there. We're in a lifestyle where dominant women that like women is more prevalent these days.
Yeah.
It's not in the shadows anymore. It's evident in the way they dress, the way they move, the way they carry themselves. So what are the parameters for same-sex sexual harassment? We know that is a term. But what is done about it?
I'm going to tell you right now. And I'm not trying to put my foot in my mouth and put myself on the spot to where I'm answering questions.
Okay.
It is difficult when it comes to gay people. It is
Okay.
because, and I'm telling you now, the LGBTQ community, they have done this to themselves.
Okay.
It's not just you go in and deal with it the same way as you would deal with a heterosexual individual. It's not.
Okay.
Okay. So you deal with it, and they're a little more delicate with it. They're willing to sit down and talk more about it. They
Right.
want to work this issue out.
Okay.
They don't want to terminate, because if you terminate somebody, now you got that whole LGBTQ community
Community.
and
Coalition.
yeah, in an uproar.
In an uproar.
And see that's another thing with the sexual harassment on the workplace, male on woman, woman on male, male on male, female on female,
Right.
because it's a double standard.
Just say it. It's a double
It's a
standard.
double standard.
It's a double standard. Because again, we're pertaining to women.
Yeah.
You know, like you said early on, if a female sexually harass you and you step up and say something to your superior, for one, your superior gonna look at you like, are you serious? Are you coming in here with this? That's how you would be looked at by your superior.
Yeah.
Then your fellow employees, male, want to say, yo, you must be, excuse my term, you must be a faggy, yo.
Yeah.
That's your male. Female counterparts want to say, you should be lucky that anybody want to harass you.
See,
Am I right?
you're right. You're right.
Am I right? So again, the double standard when women sexually harass other women, is there anything being said about that? Is it, because let's just say if it was male on male, a heterosexual male won't let a gay male know right off the bat, I'm not about that. We ain't gonna have no issues with that. So all your innuendos and all that, yo, get the hell out my face with that before we have a problem. And that's how you want to handle it.
That's how it should be.
Point
That's how
blank.
it should be. You know, when people have found a way to get a little bit of money, extra vacation time, promotions.
I like that. Did he just throw out there extra vacation time? Why don't you just take the whole summer off while we investigate this and pay you your full pay?
How about that? How about that?
Hmm.
You know, it's
Bro, no, I can't slide past the promotion. We know that you went through something traumatic. You scored like a 1 on the interview. But hey, take sergeant. Yeah.
there you go. Now we don't want to see you back in here for at least 3 years.
At least 3 years with any complaints.
The Mr. Lamonte says, how does a young gentleman approach a young woman he would like to take out in today's society without getting accused of sexual harassment? And ask the parents first.
I was going to touch on that as we got deeper into this topic. I know we got another topic to go into. But hey y'all, what's up y'all? If some relationships, some marriages will have never festered if you didn't cross that line.
How about that?
And here's the thing. You feel more comfortable with people at work because you interact with them more during your week, okay, than you do than a random person on the street. Because a random person on the street, it's all about, I got 2 minutes to sell myself. Either I'm gonna get this number or I'm gonna take the zero and move on. But at work, you see that she ain't happy, she ain't got no man. You're like, I can make it better.
You can see it all.
You see it all because the conversation comes to you, but then you gotta cross that line at some point. So I understand when you say no means no and unwarranted. But to my lady viewers, you have to right out say your advances is unwarranted. I'm not interested. Now you've laid the foundation for that individual moving forward. Because anything after you said that comment, you got all rights to burn.
You do.
You do.
And I don't know how often women come to work and they're all upset, crying, just all emotional, and there's always a man around. And you know what they say? A strong shoulder to cry on It's a dictorado.
Girl, it's right here. I'm putting this down right there, girl. It's okay. It'll be okay.
It is what it is.
It is.
You gotta, when you come to work and you bring all your problems from home to work,
Yes.
and men see it. Men
Yeah.
see it. You got those good guys that walk by and be like, hey, look, hey, how you doing? Something wrong there. Hey, look, I'll do this for you. God, take it easy. But you got those other guys, while the other guy is helping to make your day less stressful,
Less stressful.
he plan on making your evening less stressful. He's going to swoop in. He's going to say all that smooth stuff because he already seen and heard, you know, because people gossip. You come to work and you bring your problems.
The issues at work there.
You might be telling these two right here, but best believe them two and told us about them three right there.
Exactly. Exactly.
So old boy, you know, he's listening. He already know. I ain't gotta do much.
I ain't gotta do much.
Yeah. And then he creep in, and then you in your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
All he doing is trying to hit on.
He's trying to make your life better because he knows that your home life ain't that great. And that's what it's all about. You want to feel good at some point in your life. And that individual is stepping in for that 20 to 40%. Like, hey, while you here, hey, I stopped at G&G's. I got you something to eat. You understand? You ain't got to worry about it. I ain't had time, you know, with the children, and, you know, he not even helping me. An individual see that. Now, we'll call those predators. We'll call them predators. But there are some good dudes that, hey, they ain't got nobody. They see you going through something. I like who you are at work because he's seeing the bad side.
Mm-hmm.
He can only see up from here. Like, hey, if I bring this to my life, we're going to be living La Vida Loca. Then if she got a body, oh, I need to know about that body outside of your business attire or your work uniform. It's just that simple. But some relationships can't start if you don't cross that line.
Yeah.
Now, me as a lieutenant in my profession, I ain't crossing no line.
No, see, and that's another thing. As being a supervisor, I just no. I know I'm not gonna get the same treatment that my employees gonna get. They might get a chance, even though sexual harassment is a no-no. And this is another thing. And that's why so many people get it confused. You see people doing just inappropriate things all the time, and they get these
Slaps on the wrist.
slaps on the wrist. Still got a job. Moving up the food chain.
Have you ever witnessed a sexual harassment by a supervisor to a subordinate?
Yeah,
I have too.
I just
It really makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, because if it gets to me, I'll attempt.
Yeah, right. Like,
I'm not gonna lose my job.
I'm gonna throw you under the bus and run over you with all 12 tires.
Yes, Lord. I'm not about to lose mine because you weren't able to control yourself
Right.
at work. At least do it where no one is around.
Exactly.
Do it where no one else is around. Because when things like that happen, and I'm gonna tell you what the unfortunate thing is. Because whoever the person is that do it, you know you're cool with them.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing you want to do is to do something to hurt a buddy chances when it comes to employment.
Mm-hmm.
But damn it, if they come to me, because these once the investigations start, it's no longer in our hands. We're talking about the EEOC.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about human resources. We're talking about people. Once they got enough proof, they go to the individual. They're talking about prosecute.
Right.
They're talking about you done broke the law. No, don't do. Just whoever, young lady, supervisor, male supervisor, whoever you are,
Exactly.
in any department.
Right.
When I'm in that hospital, man, I see so much. I see so much, and
Right.
I just shake my head. I
Mm-hmm.
shake my head. I'm not gonna do it. And first of all, I'm better than that.
Right.
I'm 40.
Right.
When I was 25,
There you go. You 40.
when I was 25, I can play that game.
Right.
My daughter, my oldest is 20, be 21.
Okay.
Young lady. I have sons, be 14, 15 this year, one will be 6. I have another princess, she'll be 8.
Mm-hmm.
I have a beautiful wife. I would be, and my mother is still with me. I would
Right.
be so embarrassed
Right.
if I had to come home and tell them that
You got jammed up for sexual harassment.
sexual harassment.
I always wondered that. Like, what do these men say that are married
they,
and literally got fired for it? Like,
they
what's your
lie.
conversation?
Remember, you gonna remember this. Remember about 10 years ago,
You talking about the lieutenant?
across the street,
MRDCC? I'll never forget that. Now, when we looked at him, okay, black male, when we looked at the individual, female, she was built like a silverback gorilla. Ain't no sexual harassment there. Are you crazy? None. Like 0.
None.
And I'm sorry for my women listeners. But if you built funny and you ugly, ain't no sexual harassment there. You looking for a come up. There's other ways to get promoted. Take the test.
I think unattractive people find it a way to get back at Mother Nature.
I like
I do. I think unattractive people find it a way. They cry sexual harassment to hurt somebody to get back at Mother Nature because they're less fortunate when it comes to the looks. And that's when I tell them to quit.
I think it should be a committee for the individual that said they were sexually harassed when it comes to a female. They need to bring a committee in and look at that person, score 'em. Nah, you lying just off your appearance. You lying.
As soon as they walk in, be like,
What?
next.
Sit down. Let's take a lunch. Get out of here.
I can't keep looking at these ugly people on an empty stomach.
I can't do it. But what I can say, for those that know you are attractive, let's not even say attractive, but know that you're better than a 5. You're a strong 6, strong 8 on your best day. Okay, we ain't talking about doms, because dom individuals gonna get attention regardless. They getting it at work, they getting it going to McDonald's, they at the gas station, gonna pump your gas, man, gonna wipe your window down for you for free, and they out there struggling, they do it for free. You understand what I'm saying? But women get this all day, every day. At some point, you should feel honored, because let's even piggyback on the women that's not getting attention at home. Their man is taking it for granted. They not getting no compliments, baby. I like the way you looking at dress. Damn, you got your hair done today. Ooh, oh, what you got a new nail color on? That's the shit that you not getting at home. But the individuals in those streets, especially that guy that's been at work and been that shoulder for you for years on end, he knows everything about you.
And to throw this out there, we're talking about being sexually harassed. People catcalling, making comments, or continue to ask you out to lunch, dinner. Me, I always ask a lady. And see, I had slick mouth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I always ask her to breakfast
Okay.
because I already knew we were going to spend the night together.
Okay.
That was just me. And I would get a little laugh or whatever, and we're going to have breakfast anyway.
Right.
It is what it is. Now, the Me Too movement, and I, you know, I'm a little disappointed in the Me Too movement.
You're
About
disappointed?
2 years ago, they was going strong.
Tell me about it. Tell me why you're disappointed.
Where they at? Where's the Me Too movement? See, the Me Too movement was real strong when it came to black men.
Listen, I was going to say that the Me Too movement only convicted one individual,
Yeah.
and that's how Jello put in my name. This is Bill Thus. He's the only one for the Me Too because, what's the individual? What's the white guy you said?
Harvey Weinstein?
Harvey Weinstein, okay.
Him and his brother.
But it was another individual, and I can't think of his name, but he was a white man and he was convicted of having sex with minors. Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Got the nice hair,
Mm-hmm.
and the judge only sentenced him to like community service and a fine. Like you said, it's only the Me Too was only effective when it came to black individuals because look at R. Kelly. He going through the Me Too movement, and his people didn't even step up. That took a whole show that came out of nowhere on some B-rated network
Yeah.
to put him on blast.
Yeah. We got 15 seconds. We have to pay some more bills. Hey, we got after the commercial, we got my man Nipsey Hussle, Hater Proof, that we're gonna play for you guys. We'll get back. We'll get on the other topic next. Stay tuned. The lounge. Me too. Bullshit, man. Me too. Bullshit. They did the job though. They got Bill Cosby.
Right. We're on a commercial break, y'all. We're on a commercial break.
They got Bill Cosby. They got Bill Cosby.
They got Bill
I
Cosby,
remember
but
4 or 5 months ago they said that.
but you remember
he's coming home.
But you remember how they got Bill Cosby? They had a whole Ebony magazine with all the quote unquote women that he gave the sleeping medicine to or whatever, right?
Cardi B.
Right? But only one individual got him jammed up, and
She was ugly.
listen, and I'm not being mean, she was ugly.
There is no way.
Maybe she was hot. The 25, was it 25 years ago?
No, it was 13. It was like an 06.
06?
It was 06.
I still think she was probably ugly.
And this is what a lot of people, and I stress and I tell people, Bill is in his upper 70s. Do you know, by the time he drugged her and that Viagra worked.
Wow. One of my viewers said Charlie Sheen had AIDS and he didn't even get charged.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen.
And he gave AIDS to a few women.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen, dog, that was awful.
All he did was blackball him out of Hollywood.
That was awful.
But he's still getting paid from his residual, but they still show his show.
Oh, was it 3 Little Men or some shit?
3 men?
3 men? 2
No,
men?
2.5 men.
2.5 men. Yeah, so, God, that Me Too movement it was BS. And the crazy thing is, you remember, the Me Too movement came in and they kind of erased the Bring Back Our Girls. Remember that?
Ooh.
Remember that
That
shit?
is a good point from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring Back
That
Our
was 27 young women that just disappeared.
Bring Back Our Girls. Everybody was doing it. They did the commercials. And all of a sudden, Me Too came out. It was over.
You're absolutely correct.
It was over. Now, if y'all want to talk about conspiracy, do that.
That's a big conspiracy right there.
Do that.
And I don't think they ever found them, girl.
They just found them
Did they?
last year.
Wow.
But it wasn't all of them.
It wasn't all 27.
No. It was last year. Last summer.
Mm-hmm.
And for our people, the thing that bothered me the most, and we had KD on here, and I get the whole conspiracy, the government and all of that.
Right.
Can't nobody make you do anything you don't want to do. You know,
Not when you're an adult.
no, as soon as Nipsey Hussle got murdered, oh, conspiracy, he was going to do the documentary on the dude that was curing cancer.
Dr.
AIDS.
Sebi, Sebi.
Not even 24 hours, they had the dummy arrested. It's someone he knew. It's all when it comes to the hood.
When it comes to black on black crimes, it's always a conspiracy. When it comes to someone of fame versus that individual just was hating on that man, and that's no other way to put it.
I mean, like I said, I just knew about some of the works he was doing. I had no idea that he wasn't on a label, so all his money came back.
All of it. You selling a whole mixtape for $100? You must got some fire.
Yeah.
$100. That's fire, and you did well. You was on like mixtape number 10, 12.
And that's all. And I saw this, and I think the numbers was wrong, but it couldn't be. Since his death, His record sales have gone up over 1,000%.
I believe it.
1,000. I said this can't be right.
I believe it. But you know what I wouldn't do? I said because I didn't hear his music, I'm not gonna go to my Spotify account and download his music because I wasn't listening to it before. That's like a slap in his face. Oh, you did now, so I want to hear what you done. I don't.
No, no.
I don't.
I mean, I'm listening to the music now. I'm just not a fan of this today's. I think my music good. We let it come back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to the lounge of WMSKOnlineradio.com, home of the Cheryl Underwood Morning Show.
All right.
So the first half we talked about sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Okay. We may wind up talking about sexual harassment in the second half.
We might, because I got a few comments.
So the second half of the show, we're talking about our young people under 18, who are incarcerated.
No.
No. What are we talking
We're talking about pedophiles.
about?
Pedophiles.
Oh,
And should the state, our state of Maryland, should our state of Maryland allow young children under the age of 15 to even come into a prison? Because of so much pedophilia. Now you think about it. You have pedophiles, they are rampant in prison, right?
mm-hmm.
Here you are on a visit with your daughter, your son. Fast beside him. That's what he's in for. Because he done raped a few children. He's in there getting his rocks off because he's seeing your children in the visiting room. Me, I'm against it. I don't think no child before the age of 15 should even see a prison to come visit their dad, their grandfather, their brother.
Okay.
It's a no.
I see what you're saying. Not being incarcerated, but just to come visit.
Just to come visit.
You know what? I feel the same way you do.
Okay.
But I know there's somebody out there who feels opposite. And I can only imagine them feeling opposite because, and I hate to say this, because so many people have said, especially since the R. Kelly stuff reemerged.
Right.
Unfortunately, in families, it's a common thing. Especially broken down families.
But pedophilia?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's something that's common. And one thing I do hate is that a lot of black people jump on social media and say, well, you know, it's part of the black community. It's something that happened back in the day. It's a part of all communities. Because white people have this issue as well as Asian people. This is just
Mexican.
Yeah,
sure.
This is all culture issue.
Yeah, pedophilia. It goes across every ethnicity.
It does.
Period.
And unfortunately, for some reason, our people tend to say, well, you know, R. Kelly said he must. It's part of our culture. No, it's a sick thing. It's
sick.
It's a mentally ill thing.
It is.
So I can see people taking their kids to a prison to see whoever,
Right.
knowing that they're pedophiles.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't bring my kids. I always said if I got incarcerated, I told my wife, don't come see me.
I said the same. Don't even come see me.
We'll divorce, and I get out and you still
Available.
then we can get back together. But chances are, when I get out of jail, I'm not going to be the same man.
You're not going to be
You're
the
probably
same.
not
We already know what the prison culture
Yeah.
does to an individual.
Yeah, so
They're not going to be the same person when they come out.
not at all. Not at all.
And some individuals that wasn't a pedophile, they become a picture in prison.
Yeah.
You understand? And
Victim.
they might have a different liking when they get out of prison.
Yeah.
Sad but true.
I'm gonna say his nickname because I know if he's listening, then he ain't gonna get mad. 'Cause I'm gonna say his first name.
Okay.
Tree. Prime example.
I remember Tree.
Yeah, Tree. Prime example. One of the hardest dudes on on the streets of Baltimore during his time.
6 foot what? 6'7"?
6'7". One of the hardest dudes.
Love little boys.
Got into that prison, walking around in that line, Daisy dudes. Cut his jeans. Walked around sashaying
Mm-hmm.
and everything. Would take it.
Right.
He would take it. So you know, when you say pedophile, you know, you can easily find it.
Yeah.
Because
People don't want to talk about it.
no, because you have that one family member, or unfortunately you've been a part of a incident. Maybe you were taken advantage of,
Right.
or
You
you
have
were
that,
the one
or you know the uncle that took advantage of
and didn't say anything.
and didn't say anything. Yeah. Yeah.
And when you have children, and you know you can't be with your kids 24 hours a day.
You can't be with
They go to school. They go with their friend's house, hang outside.
Right.
It's a very touchy subject. I'm glad you brought it up and corrected me on the topic for the second half. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I almost called it a joke. This is something. Because
I'm gonna tell you how tough pedophilia is for me, and I know you feel the same way because you're from the same profession. There's a unwritten law that you don't ask an individual what they're in prison for. You don't. But there are rules amongst other inmates that if they find out that you're a pedophile, you will have problems.
you gone.
You gone.
You gone.
Okay, that's one thing. Second, if the staff, and I'm gonna say COs, if we find out that you're a pedophile, you shouldn't ask with this guy moving forward. He can't ask you for nothing.
No.
You don't care if it was a little boy, you don't care if it was a little girl. All I know, you did something inappropriate to a child. And the way my values are, you can't ask me for nothing.
Not at all. Not at all.
Absolutely nothing.
You'd be lucky.
You
If
be
I come to your aid when you
You'd be lucky if I come to your aid. But I got to because it's my job. But I'm going to tell you, you asking me for something extra? Something small like, can I go up and get another tray? Hell no. Sit your dumb ass down.
You have nothing coming to you.
You have nothing.
Nothing.
And what's sad, I remember me asking a case manager, because you know they're always doing different programs, you know, inside, outside dad, anger management, drug dealers changing their ways when they get home. And I said, why don't y'all ever do anything for these guys that like raped somebody or was a pedophile? Do you know what her response was?
Or what?
She said, it has been determined that there is no cure for a pedophile. So that's just like your attraction for women. There's nothing that can change your mindset to say, hey, I'm gonna start looking at guys. You can't take that lust and that mindset from a pedophile. So why should we even let them back on the street? That's my question to you. Why?
Well, you should. I'm gonna be honest with you. I honestly believe once you do, that's a serious violation. What? That is a serious violation. And just like with rape, I think they should go ahead and castrate the individual. You have scarred an individual for the rest of their life.
Thank you. Castration definitely should be on the table.
Yeah. You know, and see, we're so liberal today.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, individual would have been dealt with appropriately before they even get into the jail.
Right.
Okay, we're just, it's more liberal today than back in the day. the whole thing, and the world is more, and I hate to say this because I know someone may get offended. Because of the doors that the LGBTQ community has opened up, it has made it easier for these individuals who say they are suffering by what they're not calling it a disease, they're calling it, it's me, it's my, it's what I like, it's my choice. They're saying that it's kind of like what R. Kelly said.
I think the line is obscured because
I like,
if you like children, that is a disease.
yeah,
It's a disease. It's a sickness. You should know better.
Now,
Period.
we say that, right?
Right.
We say that. But we know that even today, not many parts of the world anymore, but back in the day, 100, 200 years ago,
Right.
they took young girls and they groomed them
For older men.
for older men. And
It's in the Bible.
it's in the Bible. Now, these older men are older men. They're not that much older, but they're older.
They're still old.
But these girls are still children when they get married.
14.
13, 14.
I didn't even want to go to 13.
13, 14. It's there. It is there. It's unfortunate, but it is there.
Right.
Okay? And I'm going to go back to what I was saying, and I hope no one gets offended. But because of the LGBTQ community,
Right.
the doors they have opened, you now have individuals who, like you said, the case manager said there's found that, there's no cure.
There's no cure
There's
for
no
it.
cure. So
There's no cure.
you actually have a company who are creating children lifelike dolls.
No, stop.
No lie. Children life.
Come on.
Sex
Are you
dolls.
serious?
You can look it up yourself.
I would be inclined.
And it's coming from
Oh my God.
overseas. It's coming from overseas. Japan.
Japan is sick.
You know, they're sick. It's a sick thing, but they found it's about
Because it's a fetish.
it's money. Yeah, it's money.
It's about money. American greed.
It's money. And see, we talking about it, and other people should talk about it. But at the same time, you think about it. It's been going on for so long. It's just been something that's it's been tucked away in the closet.
Right.
Think about the dark web.
The dark web. I've never been on the dark web. I've heard of it, but
I wanted to, but I'm so scared that it's going to get my IP address, and they're going to come and say, "Oh, RL has been looking at kitty porn."
hey,
I don't want to go on there for the kitty porn. I'm just curious because they say the dark web have a whole bunch of stuff on it, whole bunch of stuff that you might see in movies and stuff.
right.
You know, all them kind of stuff, and it's just interesting. But this is something that has been going on in this world, not just this country.
Right.
You're talking about the enslavement and the abduction of men, young women, young men,
Yeah.
and children.
Yeah. Human trafficking.
Human trafficking. This is serious. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on for a long time in Baltimore. A lot of people didn't know that Baltimore was one of the main cities in the United States that's having this issue. It was there down in Sedonia 15 years ago,
Really?
over in off of Sinclair and Bowley's Lane. There's the apartment section right
Freedom
there.
Way.
They had a big raid right up from Freedom Way. They had a big raid. Trying to figure out what was going on.
Right.
They found a whole bunch of people they was about to smuggle out of Baltimore City.
Oh my God. Are you serious? That's crazy.
Had no clue. Had no clue just how big a business. This is $1 billion business. Had
Right.
no idea.
Right.
None. You know, and it's sad. It's sad. The sad part is that our government know about these things. They know about it, and there's a lot you can do. But our president is more concerned about putting up a wall and keeping Hispanics, Mexicans, Latinos, keeping them out, and all these issues we have here. You're worried about keeping people out, but you're not worried about keeping our people in who are being abducted. You want to put out trillions of dollars for this wall.
Trillion.
Trillions. But you don't want to do anything to protect our young people.
Exactly.
Like it or not, the pedophile business is here.
The pedophile. And you know what? I remember years ago, and I know I'm on board with it now. But you remember when someone came up with something, and we've seen it in movies, how you start putting a monitor or a chip behind your ear
I was thinking about that
to
yesterday.
tracking you to where you to know where you are at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, you would say no, it's invading my privacy or whatever. But that chip could save your damn life.
Okay. To bring you home.
It can bring you home. And I understand it. You don't want someone to know where you are at all times, but these cell phones, if you don't turn the tracking off on your cell phone, let me let you know one thing to all my good listeners. Google Maps know where the hell you are at all times.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
At all. How do you think they solve murders? How do you think? If your name was mentioned in the murder, and I'm gonna say because I never killed nobody, but 9 times out of 10, that shooter got his phone in his pocket.
Oh yeah.
You don't go nowhere without your phone. But if your name comes up, they're gonna check your Google account. Your Google Map account. Where was you at this particular time? And Google got you down to the minute.
Yeah.
So the tracking of humans, I believe I'm on board with it. It would take a bill from Congress, and it had to be all types of stipulations, but we know it's all going to be, yeah, this is what we're saying on paper, but that's all going to be violated by the government anyway. We already know that.
Yeah, think about it. Like you said with your phones, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't even start your phone until you start a Google. So you've done. So go ahead and get the chip. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only people I think that are being scared about the chip, worried about the chip, complain about the chip, are individuals that just don't do right.
Right.
You know, and I ain't just talking about individuals who break the law. You really don't want your wife to know, have access to
You don't want her to be able to access your location, shorty. See, that'd be one of the stipulations. Oh, you just can't come in and just go to a website. But you're going to have those websites to say, no, we are hacking to that and find out where they are. That would be the downside.
Yeah, and people will put up a great argument, and they give you this great smoke screen argument. But what it really is, you know,
I can't let her know.
you know,
Well, let's say this. What if you was able to put the chip in your child into an age of 18 and then have it removed? That gives you some sense of security of knowing where your child is.
Yeah.
Would that kind of be like,
And
yeah,
you know what? I would say I'm all for it.
okay.
But the last 10 months I've been dealing with anxiety issues. So if we don't go where I need him to go, I would be all over the place. I'll be probably on my phone tracking this little butt every day.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you know what? With the way the world is today, and we really don't know how many people are missing. Not like we did back in the day. Remember back in the day, they had the missing person thing on the back of a note card.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
We really don't know today.
Mm-hmm.
They try to keep that from us. That's why that's how you know the trafficking has been up and going on for over 20-something years.
Yeah.
Because in the 80s, that milk card thing.
That was prevalent. It was on every milk card.
Every milk card.
It was.
So it's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
I would be all for it
Okay.
because our city officials, our elected city officials,
Mm-hmm.
our unelected city officials who take over because the mayor has pneumonia / selling books on the side.
She's lowering up, but that's a whole nother subject.
No one is really doing what needs to be done to protect people.
True.
They're just not, you know.
Well, look, I got a few of our listeners on my live feed that wants you to elaborate on how the coalition between the LGBTQ community and pedophile, in your mind. You didn't say go hand in hand, but
No.
you saying they kind of responsible for it.
Okay.
Okay.
So with the LGBTQ community, Okay. Once when they started moving forward, okay, and again, just so I don't offend anybody, don't get it wrong, I'm not against it. I'm for everybody being themselves, and being able to love who they want to love and do it freely.
Mm-hmm.
But when you take a stance and you say certain things and you want certain rights that have not, put it like this, heterosexuals don't have any rights. We don't have any rights.
Okay.
We don't. This is just something that we've been doing throughout history.
Mm-hmm.
Now the community come along and there's certain things that they want, and I agree with it. You should be able to get on your partner's health plan and
Yes.
collect
Yes.
death benefits, and you should be. That's your partner.
Definitely.
If you want to get married now, you can get married.
Mm-hmm.
But now, when you want these rights, but then you go start comparing yourself to, oh, this is like slavery, what black people went through, and then you
I've
start,
heard that before.
and then you start to, you just can't leave it there. Every time you turn around, the community is coming. They're coming. They have a reason for this. We need this. We want this. We're different. Look, we're no different than you are. We want to love who we love.
Okay.
You're fighting a battle. So now, and they can look it up. This isn't something that RL is making up.
Okay.
No. You can look this up. So now you got these pedophiles.
Okay.
Who are saying, I was born this way. I'm being me.
Okay.
You can't be mad at me for liking what I like, loving what I love. Because, there's some cases where the pedophile is dealing with someone that is, a child, but the child isn't fighting it. Let's talk about these teachers sleeping with their students. So now you got them who want rights too. They say, well, look, this is the time to strike. They wasn't trying to strike before, not into the LGBT community.
Are we listening? Clea, are you listening? Okay.
So, and this is something that
Post your argument.
this is something that everybody can look up. I didn't make this up.
Okay.
Like I told you about the dogs. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. This isn't me. This is something that was brought up, and it's a strong argument. That's why you got so many pedophiles beating charges now. Woo! Because now think about this. Think about a lot.
But are we saying that pedophiles can be grouped under the LG?
No.
Are we saying that?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is,
I'm only saying that because of the argument. I was born this way. I like what I like.
now peep this. Now it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I'm trying to.
But if I'm standing over here and I've been trying to figure out how to get through that door, and I've been beating my head up against the wall for a long time, how do I get through that door? And I see somebody get through that door. Aha! I know how to get through that door now.
Okay.
Man, you look it up. This is an ongoing fight that they are now having in courts. In court.
Okay.
They're trying to legally pass this childlike doll to sell in stores and neighborhoods.
Man, that's terrible.
You got to be careful what you ask for and what you want.
Right. Now how do we feel about that community? You have, if y'all didn't hear, you have a Japanese company selling children dolls.
Let me go this out here.
Throw it out.
Trey Lamonte said there are scholars that are saying that pedophilia is an unchangeable sexual orientation.
I told you. Pedophilia is uncurable. Even though I'm gonna say the masses of it hate it. We hate it. But guess what? I guarantee you it is a damn website for these bastards to thrive on and got their own chat line. Am I correct?
You're right. No, you're right. And guess what? It is close to $1 billion business. I didn't say what I said because I have an issue with the LGBTQ community.
Right.
But this is what's going on now in the courts that they're not talking about.
Right.
And don't be surprised if it passed. When we get back, I'm gonna share why
Woo!
it may pass. We got 15 seconds. We're gonna go ahead and pause the call. I'm gonna tell you why it may pass.
We about to take a commercial. We'll be back.
Man, this shit is sick, man.
It's 31,
It is sick, man. It was
Men, women,
it was on TV. I forget what I was watching.
over 7 days a week.
Of course, they have all these psychiatrists and you know, professional people who've been studying this and treating individuals who are pedophiles and pedophiles for years. It wasn't something that was they experienced as a young child, an older person, molest them, and they just grew into it. All that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they are trying to find ways to not cure them, but to help them deal with this. To deal with it. And oh dog, that's gonna be a killer. They also trying to get rid of the what do you call it? When you rape somebody, molest somebody, you gotta
You go insanity plea?
not insanity plea. When you get back out to society, you gotta check in and label yourself as a what is it?
Sexual predator.
Sexual predator. They're trying to get rid of that.
They trying to
Trying to get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to get rid of it. Trying to get rid of it. You know why, right? Violation of privacy.
What's a violation of privacy?
People shouldn't know that.
Ooh. Oh, we gotta touch on that as soon as we come back. That's tough. And I went to the sexual predator, because it's on the state website. It's there. And all you do is put in a zip code, and you would be amazed on who face pops up on this thing. And I'm talking just a zip code, like, oh my God. But the sexual predator doesn't say if you was a pedophile or whatever. It just said you did something sexually that was illegal.
Yeah, you get some time on
And you could have, and it could have been, and see that it should be parameters to it, because if, let's just say, when my son was in high school, if he touched the girl on the butt and she went and said something to the teacher or principal, he could have been charged as a sexual assault.
Yes.
And now you have to register as a sexual predator for the rest of your life. That is terrible. When all it was a smack on the ass or grab the titty. But that's all.
I agree. Mr. Kelando Blackwell.
Mm-hmm.
He said it's curable, and you're not born that way. It's sick.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, society can't think that everything is a social norm. BL, I'm not sure what BL. Oh, Black. I'm not sure that. BL. Anyone who thinks messing with kids need to be locked up or displaced out of society. We lock people up for smaller things, but yet we are creating excuses for adults thinking it's okay to mess with kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Miss Stewart says she hello and she's enjoying the show.
I have Angela Jones Coleman Lee. She says, does being gay label you as a pedophile? And I told her, no. But if you're messing with someone under the age of 18, yes, it does.
And that's what I want people to understand. I don't have anything against gay people.
Nothing against gay people. That's your life.
Yeah.
That's what you're attracted to.
But this is stuff. Man, this stuff is in the courts right now. That Monday through Friday, this is what they're battling. This is what they're battling.
But who's battling it for them? You understand what I'm saying? What community? What lawyer is touching it?
That's when the LGBTQ community, it's one of the things they're stuck in the middle. And welcome back to the lounge of WMSK on WMSKOnlineradio.com, home of the show, Underwood Morning Show. We are back, and we'll pick up where we left off at. As we were saying before, I don't want to restate this again. I have no issue with any gay person.
Nope, I'm gonna back you with that. I have no issue with any gay individuals. The whole LGBT community, I ain't with all that. Those letters. If you gay, you gay. That's what you like. That's what you like.
Yeah.
So be it.
Nothing against the community, but at the same time, just like with anything else, some responsibility, is on their hands. It is what it is. You got to be careful what you fight for.
Right.
And this goes for anybody or anything. Okay. Just like we push for desegregation, so now we wish we had segregation.
Someone did say that in my comment.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but they was like, they need to be segregated. Talking about pedophiles.
Yeah.
They need to be segregated, but then look what it's too many groups of people that I believe in this, I don't believe in that. I'm black, but I don't want to be around white. You can't segregate the whole country.
No.
You just can't. For one, if you try that, you're gonna run out of space. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna run out of space. But this pedophile issue, it's big. People don't like to talk about it. It brings a bad taste in your mouth unless you are a pedophile. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody outside of a pedophile, that brings a bad taste in your mouth to even bring it up. Because of the disgust that you feel, or when you get like a news story and they show that face and say what that person is charged with, and it deals with a child or raping a child or something, you're like sickened to your stomach, like immediately. And you would say, if that person did that to my child, you already know. And most of our listeners, I'm going to prison. That's where it's going to be. I'm going to prison, and I'll be the one to tell the judge, I did that. I had to. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't do something to protect my child. That's any parent.
Any parent. And judges today are more likely to agree with you. They still got to give you something. They just won't give you much.
Right.
They just won't give you much. I actually saw a court case the other day where it was something similar. The father had to defend his child, and the family was suing him or something. Mm-hmm. And the judge listened, said, "That's still why you do it. Community service. Woo! Community service. I think like 8 hours community service."
But that's a judge being tuned into reality.
And that's the problem. A lot of them aren't tuned into reality, and a lot of them. And this is another thing. And I don't want the young lady to think I'm keep coming back to her. Reality is, you have a lot of gay people who are more comfortable with making decisions in the positions they are in as far as the world we live in. You have a lot of government officials who are gay.
It's more prevalent today.
But they was in a closet and they had to make decisions to hide their true sexual orientation. Mm-hmm. Now, not so much. Mm-hmm. So when you take a look at a lot of decisions being made, you like, I wonder how that happened. I'll tell you how that happened. They're not, and no one should have to hide who they are. But just like any group of people, you're going to look out for a certain group of people.
Right.
I'm a Mason. So when I come across other brothers, I get special privileges. I went to the courthouse one day, saw another brother. I was in and out in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Based on who you're affiliated with.
It depends on who you're affiliated with. I mean,
it is.
We will say that is true.
It is.
People can't. You can't disagree with that. I'll throw out some famous women fraternities, but the AKA Deltas. It is what it is. What? They are large.
They are large.
And you come up, and we just bouncing around this topic and just saying, hey, some individuals want to get off because of their affiliation, and that even pertains to a pedophile. That pedophile could be a Mason.
See,
that pedophile could be an AKA a Delta. But if that judge or that lawyer is out that same group,
They're getting a pass.
they're getting a pass.
They're getting a pass.
It is what it is.
And that's why it is so important to have a greater understanding of what it is that all people are trying to communicate to one another. And the reality is, we all have feelings. I don't care who you are.
Right.
We all have feelings. We all have emotions. We all care about something.
Definitely.
You have individuals who want to play life. I don't care about anything, but they wake up every morning and live life.
Live life.
Care about something. We
Okay.
need to figure a way to better communicate what we all want to communicate
Right.
when it comes to being able to live your life. And I get that. I'm with that, but unfortunately, I'll say it again. When you open some doors, you gotta be careful because you cannot lock them back. And the door was open, it's unlocked, and that's why Monday through Friday, this is something that are being held in the courts in our country.
Right.
They're trying to make it, they're trying to, this is what they're trying to do.
They're trying. Listen, people.
If a child, say it was consensual, they're trying to get it to where that individual will not be charged for child molestation.
I'm gonna repeat that just in case my people didn't hear. They're trying in the courts to say if a child says
It was consensual.
it was consensual, then they're not going to charge that individual with pedophilia.
That's right. That's right. That now.
Oh, that is tough. How can a child even make that decision? Yeah, because that's what we want. Even though we will say on one hand, children are smarter than what you think they are,
Mhm.
but on the other hand, you're a child, you're not in any position to make that decision for yourself.
What was that young lady name that wanted to know? Wanted me to elaborate on that.
That was Clee.
Clee.
That was Clee.
Okay, Clee.
You know who Clee is, yeah.
Check this out, Clee. What Blackjack just said. How can a child make that decision? How can a child make a decision whether it was consensual? We all agree with that, don't we? Or how can a child say that he or she is gay and that they have been gay and was born gay and want to dress like a girl at 5 or 6 years old? That child have not had life experience, do not know anything, have no really experience of sexual orientation feelings because we don't get those feelings until we get close to puberty.
And close to puberty.
See what I'm saying? Now that's not.
I get it.
That's not me.
That's not you. No, that's
the
science.
argument.
That is science.
That is science. But that is the argument they are having in the courts.
Woo!
That's why it wasn't one of those open and shut cases as far as the pedophilia. No. It can't be open and shut case because you got the LGBTQ community, and this is what the pedophiles are saying. They're saying they've known since they were born, since they was 4. Their parents are saying, yeah, he like dressing up in dresses when he was 4.
Right.
She like playing baseball.
Transgender.
The transgender. See, and when you open that door,
right.
when you open that door, I play lots of video games. I play Resident Evil 2 right now. When you find the key, right, in the game,
Yes.
and you finally unlock that door, you can discard the key because that door is forever unlocked.
True. You already went through it.
The door is open. You got to be careful what doors you open and how you fight your cause, because there's another group of people
that's gonna piggyback on.
they ride the coattail.
They're gonna piggyback on it.
They're gonna ride the coattail.
Yeah.
It's not right. I'm not saying it's right. Not saying it, and I'm not down in the LGBTQ community because you have a right to fight for what you believe in.
Right.
You have a right to fight for your life. I'm not saying I'm blaming you.
Right.
But it's cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
Black people wanted the schools to be desegregated.
It
Now we looking at our schools like, damn, maybe that wasn't such a good idea.
Yeah.
Cause and effect.
That's a whole nother topic. We're gonna get on that, but that's a whole nother. Let me throw this out there to you, RL. I have one of my viewers, caller. Now, caller says she was 14. Way back when. Way back when, caller. She was 14. But she dealt with someone that was 21. That was her boyfriend. He's 21.
I'm from Baltimore. I'm used to that. I had that problem.
We're from Baltimore. We're used to that. I'm going to say, and I'm just going to throw this out there, he was 21. He probably was slinging.
Oh, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
So more money was coming into the house. But mommy right there, she know he's of age. She okays it. Does that make that individual a pedophile?
It still makes him a pedophile.
It still makes him a pedophile.
It still makes him a pedophile.
And what's the term that they use when, say, dad come into the picture? Dad ain't with that boy at all. He gets him charged up. What are you charging with?
Oh, I'm
Statutory rape.
Statutory rape. You getting that?
She wasn't in the clear mind. She's too young to think for herself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But that's a spin on it. You understand? That's a spin versus saying he's a predator. He's 21. He knows she's 14. Yo, you got 4 more years to wait, bro.
Yeah, you got 4 more.
You got 4 more years. When she's 18 and your ass 25, make it. Yo, shoot your jumper.
It's all by design. It's all by design.
Oh, I'm sorry. Breaking news. Caller said she lied about her age.
That's what they do.
Oh,
That's what they do.
wow.
That's what they do.
She R. Kelly'd him before he even knew who that R. Kelly was.
That's what they do, man. Girls and girls lie about the age. I had a situation when I was young. I was 17, going on 18. She told me she was 15, going on 16.
She told you she was 15, going on 16, but you was going on 18?
I was 17. I was still in school.
That's still legal, though.
So we dated about 2 months.
Okay.
Always speak after school.
All right.
I called her house one day and she didn't answer. Her mother answered. Her mother never answered the phone because she told me her mother don't like to speak to boys on the phone. Her mother answered the phone, and I guess because of my voice, she said, "Young man, how old are you?" I knew I was in trouble.
You knew you was in trouble.
I knew I was in trouble.
Okay.
She said, "Sean," almost said the name.
You almost.
Oh, she said, "She'll be 13 in 2 months."
And here you are about to be 18
I'm a senior
in high school. She 13, all in middle school.
She's in 6th or 7th grade. She told me she was on liquor. Dog, that stuff right there, and that's why they created statutory rape.
That's why they created statute.
That's why they created it. Now, I don't think I should. If I would have been in trouble, I don't think I should have been charged at all. But
Today and age you would be, but anyway, moving forward.
that's why you got like different levels of rape, statutory rape, pedophile, and all of this stuff. And once again, when you do that, you leave the doors open for so many other possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Negative, positive, it doesn't matter. You know, you got to be careful what you want and what you are fighting for.
Right.
Because what you are fighting for, and you may be winning a battle, it's an opportunity for another group to come up.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. It's just how people take advantage of others' triumph. It is what it is.
It is what
When I seen the little kitty dolls, I couldn't believe it because they look like children. They look like children.
That is tough, though.
They look like children.
But that should be something that our government should shut down immediately.
They can't. You know why? Because just like somebody said, you got these trained professionals, these psychiatrists and other specialists who are saying it's a non-curable disease.
Understandably so. Okay. But we don't have to glorify it and let a Japanese company send children's sex dolls to the U.S. Absolutely not.
But this is the thing. Why not? Y'all selling adult sex dolls. Why not? You got happy ending parlors in the United States.
But
See, the same individuals who
Woo!
are against,
That's a double-edged sword, though.
the same people who are against trafficking are the same people that will vote for it. Because you need sick people in that industry to make money. And forgive me for calling them sick, but if you want to sleep with a 12-year-old,
You
a
sick.
7-year-old, you're sick.
You're sick.
You're sick.
At all levels.
You're sick.
There's something there is something mentally wrong with you.
Yeah. So you got all these professionals, and we're not just talking professionals. We're talking about Duke University, Stanford.
Renard Robinson said the individuals in power are into this. That's why they allow it. And I'm going to say yes.
He's absolutely right.
Hey, listen,
Kings were doing it 300, 400, 500 years ago.
definitely.
And it wasn't just white kings.
Listen,
It was black kings
no,
too.
black
You
kings,
had Asian kings.
sheiks.
Yeah.
What?
This is something that affects all cultures.
It does.
You know, and sometimes our black people, we get on our high horse, we get on our soapbox, and we want to make it me.
Right.
And that's a lot of a problem. It isn't me. This is a us thing. This is an everybody problem.
Right. Exactly.
When I see a kid, the beautiful thing about children is that they don't see race, they don't see color. They just want to go out, have fun, laugh.
That's it.
4 or 5, they just whatever. And what they pick up along life, that's how that's who they become, and the people they were molded to be.
Exactly.
But this right here, you're talking about grown people who is failing to do the right thing. They're actually discussing this and entertaining this in the court. You know, and it's what did you say earlier? You sometimes just gotta look in the face. It's reality. This is reality.
It's reality.
Some people are willing to approve. That is a sickness just like alcoholism, being a drug addict. How can we help them? How can we fix them? How can we get them
To be normal.
to be normal?
Yeah.
Well, let's give them some children's sex dolls. Let's give them some children porn. Oh, that means we gotta use children. Well, maybe we can find some older women that look like children.
Craziness.
And that's what the title of the video is. 6-year-old girl is caught by stepdaddy playing video games after 9 o'clock. Something crazy.
Something crazy.
Something crazy.
But I mean, we done went 4 ways forward, 20 ways to the left and to the right of this subject. But the topic was, should the state of Maryland allow children, and I say under the age of 15, to even allow them to even come to prison? And my stance is absolutely not.
No, they shouldn't.
Absolutely not.
They shouldn't be exposed or come close to being exposed to an individual like that.
Right.
They should. Because you got some that can't help it. Mess around and wind up touching themselves while your children are a table over.
Okay.
So no, you should. You should. You know, I think that the rules for visitation are too loose and too open.
Right.
I believe you should have one-on-one contact with the individual, and inmate should have his space too. You shouldn't be put together where I can see who's coming to see you.
You're right.
They can see who
Make
you
a
are.
comment on your family and all that bull. No, absolutely not.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
I don't believe
Things
in
have changed drastically. We know this. And if people think those that haven't been to a prison to visit someone, if you think how it is, how you see it on TV, you sit down in a booth and you pick up a phone, maybe out on the West Coast, it's damn sure not like that in the state of Maryland.
No.
It's a whole kumbaya.
We in here together.
We all in here together.
Huh?
So
You're in a room visiting your loved one, and 2 tables over, you got a child molester.
you got a child molester 2 tables over.
You
Right beside
you could possibly have a man who beat his wife up and raped her and she's visiting.
Oh yeah, she does visit.
Yeah, all that is going on right there, and so much goes on in front of us, and we don't realize.
Mhm.
You know, just like I said, man. Anybody who want to get at me about what the comments I made, like before you do, look it up, and it will blow your mind. It will blow your mind just what our government are actually entertaining as far as passing these laws.
That's in his law.
And then if you really want to see what's going on in your home state, look up your home state law.
That is true. That is a good point. You want to know the laws? Look, Google is a mother. I tell you.
Look
Look it up.
Look it up. It will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. Like in North Carolina, not to get off topic, but in North Carolina, Jacksonville, North Carolina, every Sunday of the year, before 3 p.m., you can take your spouse down to the courthouse and beat the brakes off of them. And it's legal.
That's it. What you do for the rest of the day?
Sunday,
I'm just saying, like,
Sunday done.
where we go after that? That's just a law that was never taken off the books.
No. And I always wonder with these laws that we have in this land, how come, like you said, common sense.
That's common sense. Like, take that off the books.
You know how hard it is to take a law off the book? That's why you got revised. You'll have a law that's like 5AC, chapter 1, blah, 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 blah.
Right,
And then
right.
you have 5AC dash 1.2B, whatever.
Yeah.
They can't, it's hard to get rid of it, so you revise it.
Okay.
Just in case you have to go back to the
Original. Got you. Look at you.
Listen
to him. This man across from me is very educated. He reads a lot. He researches a lot. And what he's speaking from something he has read or have experienced. I'm more of an experienced guy. I'll read when I need to read to find out more information. But yeah, what we do on this show is we give our opinions, because that's all it is, our opinions and how we feel about certain subjects and how it affects us, how it affects our viewers, because we interact with your comments.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. There's no right or wrong. We come here weekly to just discuss, just to talk.
What day?
Thursday.
What time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We are here.
That's all we do. It's just a discussion. This is stuff that we talk about. This is stuff that you talk about. When you turn on the TV and you whatever the topic is,
exactly.
This is all it is.
Yeah.
This is all it is. That's why people shouldn't get in their feelings. Because I'm quite sure anything that you said that I said, they possibly was in a discussion with a loved one or a friend that they respect.
Yeah.
We probably shared one of our views or they shared our views with them. So it's nothing to get all up in your feelings about, especially at the end of the day when all we want is the right things to be done by us and to others.
Right.
We want to see justice.
Open dialogue.
That's it. It's just conversation.
Because that's the only way that any group of people or individuals can move past something is if they talk about it.
That's it. That's it.
You can get to a point on any topic and end it with, we're going to agree to disagree.
There you go.
But you had a discussion and you got your views out. I got my views out. You might not agree. You might agree on some of my points and be like, I hear where you're coming from, but here's my rebuttal to that. And that's what it's going to be at the end of the day, but it's all healthy conversation.
That's it. We said it earlier. We as people need to learn how to communicate with other people and figure out a way, a better communication. That way we can go ahead and do what we need to do as far as success, a higher success rate, whatever it comes to.
Exactly.
Whatever we're talking about, just to help all of us out. Not everybody's going to be on board with whatever it is that's decided.
Exactly.
But can we make 8 people work?
Exactly. So we'll give the disclaimer that we don't have anything against the LGBT community.
Not at all.
At all.
Not at all.
But we're heterosexual males, and we just giving that point of view from that standpoint.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where we at.
And once again, I'll say, we got to be mindful about the walls and the barriers and the doors you unlock.
it.
Because once you unlock that door, once
It's
you
unlocked
unlock that,
forever.
it's unlocked. And you'd be surprised who will ride your coattail to try to gain some attention and a little bit of success that you had and are having. So in one courtroom, you have the LGBTQ community fighting for their rights and how they want to live their life.
Exactly.
And in another courtroom, you have a whole bunch of pedophiles.
How they want to live their life.
How they want to live their life. And the courts are listening to them
Exactly.
and trying to figure out a proper ruling for their lifestyle. Because
It's just crazy.
they done brought scientists in, they done brought psychologists in, they're saying it's just like alcoholism. So, like you said, be careful, be mindful. You know, when you open that door, you unlock it. Ain't no locking it back.
Yeah, ain't no locking it
Ain't
back.
no locking it back. It's Pandora's box.
It's all day.
There you go.
And so why our listener said that. That's that Pandora's box. Once it's open, it's open.
It's open. It's open. And over the last few years, I know you've seen it on social media. Before we got here, we got 60 seconds.
We got 60 seconds, y'all.
The growing rate as far as teachers sleeping with students.
It's increasing?
It's increasing.
Damn, I need to be in school again.
Who you tell? But it's increasing. But you have a teachers union, and you can look this up too, who are fighting for the right to date a student if it happens. Because what did you say? When you go to work, you spend the most time with these individuals. You can't help who you fall in love with.
That's tough. That's gonna be another topic for another day.
I'm telling you, man, these people are crazy out here, and it's making its way
It's trending.
to the courts.
It's trending.
Yeah, it's making its way to the
crazy.
courts. So we got 45. I want to thank everybody for tuning in once again. I had a ball. Good topic.
Great topics.
Good topic. Good show. Definitely want to send our prayers to Nipsey Hussle and his family. And to everybody who really followed him, and not just following him. Like Jack, I want to thank you.
Thank you all.
Appreciate you. Thank everybody else again. Last 4 years, support the Lambs that have been with us and
Definitely.
have always contributed, continue to contribute. Hopefully we'll hear and talk to you guys next week. We out.
I want to thank you guys for joining in. Great topic tonight. I thank you for all your feedback. So, like we said, every Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
That's my homeboy over there, RL. And I enjoy y'all for joining in tonight, and I'll see y'all next week.
And they won't leave him alone.
Oh, my feed was lively. I got up to like 20.
Do you want it for 8 o'clock? I mean, it's going to come on exactly 9 o'clock.
How long is it?
It is 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
You having ideas, whatever, because you were sexually harassed.
Come on.
Now, we know what the definition of rape is. Without me, I don't see the differences between black men and
What's up, man?
Well, that's what you was in there for?
Oh, this right? No, I got blood clots, man.
Whoa! Hey.
It was almost a number. Y'all might have been coming to a
No,
number.
I'm glad we not.
Yeah.
9 days, huh?
9 days, that motherfucker. What's up, buddy? How you doing, huh? Yes, indeed. What's up, Ernie Hondo?
Alright, so yeah.
Okay.
Y'all have a good show.
Congratulations.
We already got our first song going.
What's up?
Yeah, about the
Alright,
same side.
What, both of them?
Y'all got numbers. No, not yet. Front window. That's what I told you, that's how we started the show. Oh, look, that's the first one. How old is it? You guys fill out the application, I'll try to get it.
That way I can.
No, go on in.